Hi everybody, my name is David. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Hey, today I want to talk about the problem with protein shakes, protein powder, and how it's probably not healthy and maybe even actually unhealthy. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about my week and my metabolic issues and just some of the things that have happened to me this week. So right off the bat, I'm just going to say protein powder shakes are probably unhealthy. And the reason why is because it's easy to eat too much protein powder, protein shake, more than you probably need. And what happens is all the excess protein that doesn't get digested and converted to muscle and body structures, all that extra protein, your body converts it to glucose. And quite frankly, it spikes insulin, spikes sugars in your body, and just does bad things to your body. That's actually what happened to me this last week, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute here. So it's really easy to eat protein powder. Take a couple scoops, put it into milk, put it into water. It doesn't taste bad. You flavor it with sugar, you flavor it with some sweetener and maybe some fruit or whatever. The problem with the protein powder is it doesn't fill you up. Even though it's good protein, and it's decent protein for the body. The problem is it doesn't fill you up, so it's easy to have another shake, have another couple scoops, and quite frankly, that doesn't make you feel any better. That doesn't do you any good. All it does is increase the sugar in your body, and if you don't already have diabetes, pre-diabetes, or some metabolic issues, all that extra protein in your body just causes metabolic issues. It doesn't taste good um, until you flavor it, which is nice, but it's easy to over consume it. Like everybody on YouTube, on a lot of the diet documentation that I've seen, they say that people should eat 40 grams of protein in every meal. And then I watched a video the other day that said that 40 grams of protein is probably even more than the regular human needs in a day, in an entire day. So all the extra protein that you're eating gets converted to glucose, and it either turns to fat or um, it just, or you end up peeing it out. So if you eat too much protein, and I guess that could be with burger patties, that could be with protein shakes, that could be protein powder. Too much protein, even though it sounds good and everybody says that it makes sense, it doesn't really make sense. If you eat more protein than your body can use, your body is going to either convert it to sugar and you're going to pee it out, or it's going to convert it to fat, one or the other. So eating all that protein, definitely in protein powder, it does make sense if you eat the right amount that your body's going to use it. And how do you know how much that is? I don't even know. I think probably if you eat a little bit during the day, or eat it if you're going to have more than one shake or whatever, have like much less protein per shake. And if it helps you maintain weight or gain weight, then you're probably doing good. But if it doesn't help you, maybe you need a little bit more protein. I don't know. But for me, even adhering to the 40 grams per meal, metabolically, that wrecked me. Like, it was way too much protein for me. I was eating I was eating Greek yogurt for breakfast. I was having a protein shake for lunch. I would have protein for dinner, and then later on I would have another protein shake later in the evening, just to top everything off, I guess. I don't know. I actually love my protein shakes because they taste delicious. But I was eating so much protein that my body was converting a lot of the protein to sugar. And then I was having to go to the bathroom constantly. And then I had serious insulin issues. Like over the last week, I've had pretty terrible insulin issues where I'm having a problem with the neuropathy in my hands again. I was having problems walking. I stopped eating protein shakes 2 days ago, and I'm focused back again on um, luncheon meats, deli meats, and sandwiches. I'm going to be adding some complex carbs to my diet because I think I could use that to stay full. And of course, I'll still eat more protein, but I'm definitely quitting the protein shakes because that was way too much protein for me. Between that, like I said, the protein Greek yogurt in the morning, and then two protein shakes in the day plus deli meat protein. It was way too much protein for me. It caused me major inflammation, and it caused me just insulin issues. And what happened this week makes me realize, makes me think that when I was complaining about saturated fats, maybe like, I don't know, a month ago, I think that it wasn't the saturated fats. I think it was because I was eating too much protein and I was spiking my insulin, I was spiking my sugars, and just metabolically wrecking my system. So now I'm adding carbs back into my diet. I'm focused on complex carbs. I'm still eating protein. I'm not crapping on the protein diets. I'm not saying carnivore isn't right. Honestly, anybody who's trying to lose weight, carnivore is absolutely the right diet. But anybody who's has insulin resistance, doesn't have very good insulin sensitivity, the carnivore diet may not be the right answer. And I'll be honest, I'm not totally sure what the right answer is. I mean, I know that fiber slows down the body from, I know fiber slows down your body from digesting. I don't know if it slows it down from digesting protein, but I know it definitely slows the body down from digesting sugar, which I guess that would probably be the sugars that your body makes from all that protein and gluconeogenesis. Maybe protein will help slow that sugar down. I don't know. But so I'm taking berberine again, and I'm going to be switching from heavy protein. I'm not going to be carnivore, but I am going to be still eating meat. I'm going to still be eating quite a bit of meat. I will get my protein needs satisfied with meat. It's just not going to be 40 grams per meal because I think that's way too much. I watched the video the other night and they said that it was way too much. And that's what made me think, wait a second, I wonder if I've been having problems with just my body getting too much protein for the last 3 months, 4 months, and my body's just converting. It's obviously not giving me any fat on my body because I'm kind of insulin resistant to begin with. And the more protein I'm eating and the more my body's making sugar out of it, the more insulin resistant I get. So now I am going to be eating a lot more fiber. I'm going to be eating a lot more of those complex fibers. I'm going to try eating some sweet potatoes, and then I'm going to still be eating deli meats just to get that protein in my body. I may still eat some Greek yogurt. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm definitely eating keto carnivore. I don't know what that would be. If I'm eating deli meat and Greek yogurt, that's not carnivore, obviously. But I'm staying away from the burger patties and the saturated fat. I got to try this out. I got to try my diet out with no no protein powder at all, and I'll eat the meat, the deli meats, and give that a try. And if that ends up straightening me back out, maybe I will start eating some burger patties again, which would be really nice. But so now, stepping back from what I said before, I don't think that it was saturated fat that was causing me all the problems. I think it was the fact that I was just eating so much protein. Even when I was eating just burger meat and I was making my stew and all that, I was eating just burger meat and beans, which is all protein. I was eating so much protein when I was eating that that was probably what was causing me some of the problems I was having too. So I'm physically feeling better. Like I have strength. I'm starting to get some muscle back in my body finally. It's just like these hurdles I have to get over dietary wise. Like I was doing well, and then I ran out of luncheon meat, and I ended up eating a lot of protein powder shakes, and I don't know 2 or 3 days of that, and I was having inflammation like I had when I was eating cookies. When I was eating like a lot of cookies, I was having the same kind of inflammation that I was getting eating all these protein shakes. So I'm definitely slowing down on the protein shakes. Now, what's interesting about what's happening with my body now is even though I'm having this insulin resistance problem and this whole thing with protein, it's like the nerves in my body are healing. Something like somehow it is healing. It's probably the supplements that I'm taking, but like my eyesight is actually getting better. I mentioned this last week. I can actually read my watch without glasses. I can see my computer again, even without glasses on. And again, I'm wearing glasses from 15 years ago when my eyes weren't as bad as they were 5 years ago. So I feel like I'm heading in the right direction. I just need to get all this get all this protein powder out of my system and see if it makes my neuropathy go away, which I really hope. So I'm going to be, like I said, I'm like dialing way back on the protein powder. Protein powders, again, I'm not really thinking that protein powder is healthy at all. I think it's too much protein. I think if somebody was a weightlifter, maybe they could use the protein, but I think normal person, a normal person does not need 40 grams of protein every meal. And that, so if you eat like, I don't know, 2 eggs for breakfast, that's probably healthy. If you eat 6 eggs or 8 eggs for breakfast because you're trying to get your protein in, I think that may not be healthy. I think that just might not make sense. I'm pretty sad that I'm pretty sad that I'm not going to be eating banquet $1.68 meals anymore because I was buying those mostly because of the protein that was in them, and quite frankly, they were delicious and cheap. And so I'm kind of sad that I'm not going to be eating those anymore. Now, what is really strange is even though I'm having all these metabolic issues with the protein, I am starving. I'm so hungry. And I've been eating so much deli meat. And I actually do eat some carbs with flour tortillas. I've been enjoying that. And some cheese. I ate a lot of cheese. But I've been so hungry lately. Luckily, I'm not necessarily waking up or getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to eat. So that's kind of good. But I am hungry. My new favorite snack is a flour tortilla with cheese melted on it. With I have this mix of seeds. It's chia seeds. It's pumpkin seeds. It's like a whole bunch of different kinds of seeds, and I put that on top of it with salt and and a little bit of olive oil, and I'm really enjoying that. That kind of tastes really good, and that's what I'm kind of snacking on instead of having a protein shake, because I really do think that it wasn't the saturated fat that was screwing me up months ago. I think it was the protein shakes and all the protein in the meat. Like if I eat two burger patties, that's okay. But if I eat two burger patties and then have a huge 2 scoop protein shake and then a Greek yogurt, like I think that was just too much protein for me. I don't have enough body weight to disperse all that protein. I'm too thin. Maybe I don't know, 6 months from now I'll have more mass that I'll be able to use all that. But for now, I think that I've just been eating too much protein, and then of course all the people on YouTube and a lot of the non-clinical people um, that talk about diabetes, prediabetes, and reversing. They talk about protein, and again, I'm not against protein. I'm not against carnivore. I think that there's a good fit for both those things. But I think that for some of us that are either highly insulin resistant or have metabolic issues, I think too much protein is probably not the smartest thing to do to your body. And I'm not sure that fiber or complex carbs is the right thing, but I will know in the next probably 10 days, 15 days. I have two sweet potatoes that I'm going to eat this weekend or in the next couple days, and I have more luncheon meat to eat. So I just wanted to share this post because I thought it was interesting, and it was funny. I was laying in bed the other night and I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and YouTube had flipped to this video about protein and how much protein people need in a day. And the more I laid there and I listened to it for a while, and I was thinking to myself, holy moly, I wonder if I'm just eating too much protein. And I know that some of the folks that watch me on this channel have highly suggested eating carnivore or just eating protein. And I don't, like I said, I don't disagree with that. I just think that metabolically, I don't think it's the right thing for me. Because if I eat too much protein, like I said, my body doesn't use all the protein. So it uses what it needs, which could be, a third of what I think that I should be eating. And then the other 2/3 gets converted to sugar. And then I end up going to the bathroom 12 times all night. And, um, and after 4 or 5 days of that, I start having metabolic issues that make it hard for me to walk and stand up and make life pretty difficult. But like I was saying a little bit earlier, it feels like my nerves, my nerve system, my nervous system, my central nervous system is starting to actually get repaired. Like I said, it could be the supplements that I take, or maybe I'm just healing. I don't know. Because my eyesight is definitely getting better. I had some body issues where I think nerve related that resolved for the most part. Now I'm just hoping that, like I said, I hope my hands start getting like the right feeling back and I can start using my hands again normally. Anyways, I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope you have a great week coming up. Thanks for tuning in, and hope you have a great day. Bye bye.